Hello and welcome back to another Doctor Who action figure review. In today's review, I'm taking a look at the latest B&M exclusive Doctor Who set, which is the History of the Dalek set number 19 from Parting of the Ways, featuring an Imperial Dalek Guard and a normal Dalek drone. Let's jump straight in by taking a look at the packaging. So the figures come packaged in the standard window box that we've seen these Daleks packaged in before, but this time we get to see the colour that they've chosen for the 9th Doctor era packaging, which is this sort of lovely burnt orange colour, which kind of feels like a little bit of a callback to the old packaging from 2005, 2006. That's what I'm hoping. I think it's a little nod to how it used to be back in the day. But otherwise, the style guide is all the same as before. We've got the white sections with the diamond logo, the old Whittaker TARDIS, and the diamond pop-outs around the packaging. And then on the back of the box, we have a synopsis about the story. Out of the box, we have our two Daleks. So the Imperial Dalek Guard is the brand new figure that we've not seen before, this new Dalek variant. So let's take a look at him first, shall we? Now, I love this. This is great. Now, some of you might be looking at this and thinking, hang on a minute, there were no black Daleks in Parting of the Ways. Well, there were, but they were very, very far away and very, very small on the screen, and you blink and you'll miss them. But they're floating around behind the Emperor Dalek, and they look fantastic. So it's your standard bronze new series Dalek, but with a black skirt and a black dome. Now, I was quite surprised by this. I thought the neckbin and the shoulders are also going to be black, but apparently not. They're just the standard bronze. So we kind of saw this Dalek released as a Dalek Battle Pack figure. The first Doctor Who figures that ever came out back in 2005, those weren't really accurate to the proper model of the Dalek, and clearly colour scheme wasn't quite accurate. This is now a fully fledged, accurate version of that Dalek in terms of paint and sculpt. So, like I said, it's your standard bronze Dalek. All of the sculpting on the dome and stuff is exactly the same. If you've got a new series Dalek, you know what to expect. In terms of paint applications, it all looks great. The black of the dome, this is all cast in black plastic. The eye stalk is great with the silver, the transparent discs, and then the blue in the iris there. The dome lights are cast in clear plastic with silver highlights to create the effect of the silver cages around the glass parts. Something worth noting is that these Daleks don't have a signature under the eye stalk. Most of the new series Daleks do have like a little stamp with their name on it, I guess. I don't know. I don't really know what they've got on there. These guys don't. Maybe they're just too cool for school. And then if you go down to the neck bin, like I said, it's the usual bronze colour, which I thought was quite strange, but I did a bit of research and that is how they look. Paint-wise, all really good, neat and tidy. And then moving down to the shoulder section, again, it's much like your standard bronze and gold Dalek, all the same as you would usually see, the gold slats and bronze for the rest of it. All of the little nuts and bolts have been picked out in silvered paint there, which is great. Love that. And then down to the gun boxes, again, that same golden bronze detailing. And then we get down to the gun and the plunger, which have just been finished off in silver on the black ball joints, which I'm really pleased about, because if you remember last time when we had a new series Dalek in the previous B&M set, they did them on gold ball joints, and I thought that was mental. But here they've sorted it out and it's on the proper black ones. And then as we go down to the skirt, we've got the black skirt with the gold hemispheres. And again, really neat and tidy, no bleeds there. And then we go down to the fender and that is just cast in a grey plastic. And overall, I've got to say, he looks great. Always nice to see a new version of the new series Daleks in the collection. Obviously, we don't get many colour variations of these guys on screen, so it's nice to see something a little bit different on the shelf with the black and gold. That looks great. I think they really stand out. It kind of takes me back to the old Dapol days when you would get, black and gold Daleks. It reminds me of that and, the sort of Curse of Fatal Death Supreme Daleks. So, yeah, really love this. I think the bronze is strange. Not sure why they just wouldn't be all black, but hey, if that's how they look on screen, then that's how they look on screen. But otherwise, really lovely Dalek. Definitely one that I'm glad to see finally in the collection. Then on the other side, we have our standard Dalek drone. Honestly, not an awful lot to say here other than it's your standard bronze and gold Dalek. It's on the proper accurate sculpt like the other guy. So that's always a plus to have more like this compared to the ones that came out in around 2005 to 2007 where the sculpt wasn't quite right. So always good to have a few standard drones in the collection again. Color-wise, perfect. Can't complain there. Lovely bronze color with the gold highlights of the hemispheres and the shoulder slats. Again, all of the details of the nuts and bolts are caught in silver around the shoulder section. Lovely, neat, crisp paint job around the neck bin. And again, you've got the silver on the cages of the dome lights. You've got the blue iris on the eye stalk and the silver on the eye stalk. This Dalek does have his name tag, so Dalek Jeff knows who he is. And then if we go down to the fender section, this is slightly different. So it's cast in the same grey plastic as the other one, but this one has a little bit of a lighter grey wash across it, just to add a few little scuffs and things like that, just to make it feel like it's been a little bit battered and been in the wars, which is great. I always like when they do stuff like that. And I think it works really well on this one. Perhaps the other one didn't need it because he's just floating around the Emperor Dalek, so he's not really seeing much action compared to the usual drones. And then in terms of articulation, they're Daleks. They've got all the standard articulation of a Dalek. Rotatable head, pivoting eye stalk, ball-jointed plunger and gun arms, and then they're on 3 wheels, which go back and forth at the back, and then one that rotates all the way around at the front, so you can get a full range of Dalek movement. So overall, a really nice set. Now, much like with the History of the Dalek set 18 that came out a little while ago, we've got a different variation of this set that we need to get hold of. And the difference being is that it comes with the Assault Dalek, aka the Claw Dalek, aka that Dalek that cut through the door in Parting of the Ways. And this is the first time this Dalek has been released on the, like I said, the more accurate Dalek sculpt. It came out way back in 2007, maybe? 2006, 2007. I think there was also a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive version of that Dalek as well. This is lovely. It's literally the same Dalek, but this time we have a new version of that claw attachment. As you can see, it's gold and bronze to match the Dalek with some black parts on the end there, and it looks really good. It's slightly stubbier than the usual plunger, I must say. I thought it would be a little bit longer, just because it does need to cut doors open. I don't think he's going to be reaching out to cut many doors with that because it's quite short. I guess he just hasn't extended it yet. But yeah, it looks great. Very, very nice to finally have that Dalek updated in the collection. And he comes with the same Imperial Dalek Guard as the standard set, which I don't mind actually, because you could have a few of those Imperial Dalek Guards. There's usually more than one. So I quite like the fact that it comes with another Dalek that's an army builder. I don't mind when they do that. When you can get like an army builder figure, I think it works quite well. The problem with the Resurrection set is that you can't really army build Supreme Daleks. So you just end up with an extra one, which kind of feels like, oh, well, what am I going to do with you? Here you have a few army builders, and then you've got your Assault Dalek. What would have been really cool is if they could have done a different gun attachment or a plunger attachment for the Black Dalek, because I know that in the episode, some have got big cannons, some have got buzzsaw attachments. That would have been great if they both were slightly different. This still works. This is a great set. Really pleased with these. Nice to see the Black Dalek in the collection proper. Always a pleasure to see some more bronze Daleks, especially that Claw Dalek, or Assault Dalek, as it's called. Thank you all for watching, guys, and I will see you all next time for another Doctor Who action figure review. Bye-bye!